all right, party people, no place to be, vandals, and everybody else out there just getting terrorized by technology. This is a brand new episode of Hot Flash. It's a smaller segment that we do for How'd We Get Here, and yeah, we kind of have a blast. It's meant to be a shorter show, so like hopefully we'll be out of here, but in a half hour, but it could go a little bit longer. And Joe, man, what are we covering this week?
We're going to be talking about Murder Podcast Issue 0. Ignition Press is Jeremy Haun's publishing company that he just started, and this is their first release that he ran through Kickstarter. And issue 1, I believe, was pre-ordered just recently, so people could go order that up.
I think in 3 weeks it's going to be in comic shops. He's not going to kickstart any more of the issues. They're just going to be available in shops from now on.
And then the other book we'll be talking about will be Look Into My Eyes. This is a book published by Mad Cave Studios, written and drawn by Rubine, and Francesco Segala is the colorist, and El Torres is the letterer on that one. So we'll be talking about that one as well.
Right. And we're going to get more into like the themes and stuff of these books in just a little bit. But before that, man, it's been a long time since we did an episode where we could have a check-in. Joe, El, you guys got anything you want to check in with?
I didn't really bring anything with me, but what have I've been reading the Hellblazer, Dead America. I've been reading that. I finished the 2 Dreaming books by Spurrier, the 2 first volumes. I believe there's 3.
Yeah, G. Willow takes over.
Okay.
I think there's 4. I think the Dreaming was like the longest running one of those.
Okay.
It and Lucifer. I think Lucifer has 4 books too.
Okay. Because I just finished season 2 of Sandman, so I was like, I'll pick up the Dreaming. So that's kind of a continuation of that. So yeah, so I picked that up. Read the first 2 volumes. Well, I've had them for a while on my shelf. I just finally pulled them off the shelf and read them. What else have I read? I watched the first episode of Alien Earth.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. Pretty good. What else? Oh, I started watching Resident Alien.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny actually. It's pretty good.
I enjoy it. Yeah, it's just stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's pretty good. Been checking that out. What else? Oh, Dexter, the Resurrection, the new seasons of Dexter. I think there's 5 or 6 episodes out, and I've really enjoyed that. It's kind of like going back to like the earlier episodes of Dexter, and there's a lot of known actors in it that are doing kind of like short stints as serial killers and stuff, so it's pretty fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is that about it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I read some other comics, and I can't remember exactly what, but
I'm going to say everything I read, and you could just chime in, because you read a bunch of the stuff that like I've read, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
El, what's up, man? You recently just kind of got back into the swing of reading comics after your kind of disenchantment with it, with your past shows. So, like, what you been digging into?
Listen, so I did start. You know what happened was I was like, yeah, I'm going full on, and then I messed up my pull list, and I was like I actually used to keep up with this weekly, and got disenchanted again, as you say, and I also got sick, so I was like, I'll wait till I'm starting to feel better. So, but I have been, when Distillery first announced they were being a thing, I was like, ew, digital stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to get away from that. But I'm obsessed with their stuff, and the quality of their items is so good. And now they're at a point where you can use your digital cells to and transfer it into gift card money. So you could buy physical items from them now with the money you make on the digital collection side.
Oh, that's cool.
And so
speaking of Distillery, actually, I was just on the Humble Bundle site.
Yeah,
today, and they have a Distillery one that's up for the next 20 days or 19 days.
Yeah.
So if people want to sample it, they have a Humble Bundle put together on the site.
They have a book I really want to check out, as in Rizzo's new book, like the Blood Brothers' Girlfriend or some shit
Mhm.
like that. I love that creative team. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see them doing something together again.
I got a bunch of the. I like used it to buy a bunch of the like different covers for You Won't Feel a Thing, the Snyder Jock one.
Mm.
It had a bunch of really sick covers, but that and you know I told you guys I've been obsessed with white trash lately. Animal Kingdom. It's
Mm.
I don't think I could have watched it at the same time as Sons of Anarchy. That would have been too much.
Mm.
Because even now I do feel sometimes when I walk away from the show like I need to go wash my hands. I've been shooting up for the last like 3 hours. But like they're surfing, so it's cool. But
See, I don't think I finished the first season. That's why I asked you if it was the American version or the Australian. Because I watched the American version, and I'm not sure if I got through the whole first season, and then I stopped.
Alan
Yeah.
Barkin's in that, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The first episode is I really base a show a lot heavily on the viability of the first episode. In Animal Kingdom, America has one of the better crafted pilots that I've seen in a while for a show that I have never watched before. And I feel like I'm qualified to say that. I do have a degree in TV. And so when I saw it, I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna like it. I have not stopped watching it since I'm on season 3 now.
If I'm not mistaken, that first episode had beach bathroom sex, right?
Just a little light bathroom, you know,
Yeah.
little bathroom blowjob.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
So does it take place in Florida then?
No, Orange. This is a thing that I will say is funny. If you're not from California, it takes place in California. If you're from California, you're like, where the fuck does this take place? Because they're in Orange County. They'll be at the Orange County like court, but then all of a sudden they're in San Diego, but then sometimes they're in Sacramento, but sometimes they're in the desert like Henderson. And so I'm just like, it's like vaguely California. Like that's the location.
Okay.
But it is California, but it's like, think of like, I don't even know how to explain it. Cause it's like literally, cause they'll be at the beach and then they're at the desert. And that is California, but the amount of time it takes to get between places is not realistic. Like if she's committing crimes in Orange County, why is she waiting in jail in San Diego? And how does it get from Orange County to San Diego that fast to get there? It's just a lot.
That's like a 4-hour drive, and then to Sacramento from like the greater LA area, you're talking 12, 14 hours. Like it's a great distance away. Like,
and the desert that they're showing, I'm like, that's like Nevada desert, not.
That's actually not too far from LA. Like they're probably fucking run over by like Needles and Baker.
Yeah.
And that's basically just the stuff you go through to get to Vegas.
Oh, and then Mexico. Don't tell. I'm like, okay, I get that you can go to and from Mexico, but the amount of time, I'm like, you guys are coming. Where are you guys coming from? Like, it doesn't make any sense how you get there so fast.
They must have a bunch of squat houses.
They got a teleporter.
Yeah. But I do really, I have really enjoyed it, and I've been watching a bunch of like trash horror movies. I did like Until Dawn. I know people didn't like it, but I like the concept.
It wasn't bad.
I like that they kept the lore from the game and they kept the concept of the game, but they switched like the actual storyline. That was cool.
Yeah, it was all right.
What's that?
I watched Clown in a Cornfield.
I put that on, but I turned it off.
Yeah, it was you know.
What's up with the horror movies like that? Wasn't there like the old lady in the parking lot or one of those?
In the yard?
Was it in?
That one ended up being wildly depressing, and actually, I felt bad for joking about saying today's the day all the time to my kids because of what it actually means in the plot. I said, "Ooh, now I feel bad." And then like I just watched, what was it? And it was because honestly, I think the last horror movie that really did it for me, like truly on all levels, was Evil Dead Rises.
Okay.
I like the monkey a lot. Like the monkey is.
Yeah, the monkey was fun. The
I
monkey
think
was
that
fun.
one's on Amazon now.
Yeah, it's
if
on
people wanna go
Hulu for
watch it.
us,
Oh, Hulu. Okay.
which
Yeah.
I heard is disbanding come December.
Oh yeah. Why is that?
It's being fully absorbed into Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it just won't exist. All the content will be directly on Disney.
Which makes me sad because Hulu was my original streaming platform. It was
Okay.
the first one I ever got.
Yeah, Hulu's pretty tight, but it gets you can watch everything interesting on it like really fast. You know, it's like one that like you get for like a month because the show that you want just got a new season.
Hulu? Oh no, Hulu I'm deeply invested in. I feel like Disney Plus I don't use often, maybe maybe once a month.
I'm not paying Disney stuff. That's just my like.
Well, I have kids, but my kids don't even my kids now. I will say YouTube Premium for me is worth it, no commercials, because my kids live on YouTube, and I also listen to a bunch of like podcasts and stuff. So I enjoy it, that I could turn off my screens and the perks that come with it. But like Netflix, I am faithful. Unfortunately, I am. There's too much stuff on there I watch, but I do find myself mostly on HBO.
They don't have anime on there. I don't think I'll ever pay for Max because they don't have an anime.
But they have a show called Back to the Frontier, and I think we should all go on it, guys.
Back to the Front is Kevin Costner in that? That totally sounds like something.
It is a Magnolia Channel show, but basically they have 3 families on 3 different homesteads, and they have to survive the summer and have like a packed pantry for winter, but living like what's Little House on the Prairie,
like
Oregon Trail. Yeah. And it's such like a nice show that like there's not really a lot of drama. It's very much just like wholesome, and they're doing these little challenges and stuff that are like back on the frontier days. And I'm like, I would do this, but I wouldn't want to do any of the work.
They should simulate like an attack at late at night.
Not an attack. They simulate dysentery.
Scalp them.
Oh no. And it's kind of funny because there's like a white family, there's a 2-husband household, and then there's the black family. And very much from the first day, you already exactly what you think is gonna happen are the dynamics on the show. And so it's interesting. It's interesting, but I do, and I also started watching Homestead Rescue. You guys do not tell me if this man is a racist. Do not Google it. Do not tell me. I want to live in denial.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're talking about homesteaders and fucking like a doomsday prepper shit. Like like that guy's.
Look, there's like 2 people who I refuse to Google if they're like offensive. Is like the guy from John Rainey or whatever from Homestead Rescue. And I know John Taffy is probably racist. Let's be real.
Taffy, yeah.
From Bar Rescue.
That one's kind of hard for me to reconcile. It's like I Bar Rescue is just like my mindless show that I watch.
Bar Rescue and I just started Homestead Rescue, where like they go and they help people rebuild their off the grid houses and stuff. And it's just so relaxing. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I could do this. I could build a tea barn with a. What the fuck? I don't even. I'm like, the smell of an animal makes me sick. So like, what am I thinking? But anyways, comic books. I did see Superman.
What'd you think?
It was fun. It was cute. I thought it was fun.
The only complaint I have, I like it. I love the costume.
Yeah.
I like the actor. I thought his portrayal of Superman made me think much more of Superman than the Henry Cavill version.
Yeah.
Like Henry Cavill's too stoic. Like he has a stick stuck up his ass. Like Superman's supposed to be a beacon of hope and joy. You know, he's supposed to make people think that the world has hope. It'll be a brighter day. Whereas the Cavill one is just depressing. And he seems very snobbish, like not approachable. Whereas this Superman's like the Superman of the people. You know?
Yeah.
Which is kind of what he's supposed to be, like a symbol in the comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I found this Superman, they got that down. I just wish they would have been more streamline the story, like kind of maybe a little less like introducing all these other characters with the teams
Yeah.
and stuff
Oh
like
no,
that.
that was my favorite part. Like I
like those
I ended up
characters.
I ended up really liking Superman, but I liked all that because I would have enjoyed the movie even if I thought the Superman sucked. You know what I mean? Because Mr. Terrific and Nathan Fillion were so funny, and
Oh,
the little chick that was Hawkwoman.
They were great, just separate movies. You know, you could have made 2 movies.
But I feel like that's like his shtick right now.
Yeah.
Is like ensembles. So I just let it go.
Yeah,
And go, it's a James Gunn movie, okay.
Yeah.
And like he wants it, like he doesn't want to do Superman's origin. We know how Superman.
I'm not saying his origin. I was like, just make it a Luthor and Superman story.
Oh yeah, because it did feel a little hectic sometimes. It did, just because there's so many people involved. And I get you're introducing us to a world that exists already. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The robots. You introduced crypto. Like there's enough there already with new
for which
things.
I laughed. I did laugh at the crypto scenes in the beginning of the movie.
Crypto's great. I love it.
I was guilty. Usually I don't do animals in movies. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Go home. But I actually did enjoy him.
Yeah, it was when they put out the scene where like the robots come and get him and shoot him with the sunlight. Like that's what like really brought me around to being like, oh man, this looks like it's actually going to be tight. Because like I don't care about Superman for the most part. I do enjoy his films and like other media, but like I've never had interest in reading them. And yeah, that really, I don't know, turned it around.
I do want to read the Maxwell Prince run. That's has it already dropped or it's coming up soon?
No idea. Maxwell Prince is the writer for Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the art too, like that'd be cool. Like Superman.
I think, yeah.
Superman with
Good
that
old neon
face with the little buck teeth. Yeah.
Did you guys see Weapons?
Not yet.
Not yet. No.
I have thoughts when you guys check that out.
It's not available for VOD yet.
All I know is the running thing. I guess kids in schoolyards and shit are
I'll say it was probably my most anticipated like horror movie because of how it was marketed.
That you were disappointed with?
Not necessarily disappointed, but he very much. Who's the director? The guy who did Barbarian. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Joe kind of because like I thought that like that guy was involved in that movie. What was the robot movie called again? Dumbass one with the
with Quaid.
Yeah.
Companion. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was involved in that because like it had like
I think he just executive produced it.
Possibly, yeah. Something in there. Threw money at it. At the idea. Yeah.
This one was like, you guys saw Barbarian, right?
Yeah.
So he basically I hope he's not a one-trick pony, wherein you're telling a story and then in the last 15 minutes you're telling a different story.
Okay, gotcha.
That fits into the story, but just for me as a like, I hate to throw it around, but with with my screenwriting background, I could have cut 45 minutes out of Weapons and it still would have been good.
Al, you could cut 45 minutes out of every fucking Hollywood movie.
But this movie was
better. It would make the movies better.
This movie was 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I love the atmosphere. I love this. I love what was happening. I love the characters. But I said, get to the fucking point, please.
Yes. It's just like video games, movies. It's like everyone's like, oh, like the longer it is, they think it's like this thing that makes it better. No, man.
No.
It doesn't.
There's like 3 chase scenes, 3 fight scenes, 6 monologues. Like, I'm like, get to the goddamn point. And then once you get to the point, you're gonna give us 10 minutes. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude. I have been playing video
someone
games.
Else is on board with me on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because what was the other horror movie that just came out? And people were like, oh, there was one that just came out right before Weapons.
Right before Weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, bring her back.
No.
Bring Her Back. That was
after Bring Her Back.
Me guys, right?
No, it was after Bring Her Back. Right before, like a week before Weapons. There was another.
I don't know.
I don't really pay too much attention to mainstream horror. Like I'm more interested in like what Shudder's doing and stuff.
Yeah, and I've been on Shudder heavy because my daughter just started her own Shudder account, and my only rule for her is no faces of death. I'm like, anything else, take your own caution.
They have Faces of Death on Shudder.
Yeah, Faces of Death because it's fake. I mean, the Traces of Death would be like the one like you'd be concerned about. Cause, like, that's
I don't want her to dabble in any of that bullshit. So.
I don't think it's on Shudder for us and here in Canada.
It's like, and it's crazy because they put it first on the list, like things you should watch, and it's always first, and I'm like, why?
Dude, those movies are so fucking boring. I think she'd turn it off. Like, to tell you the truth.
Oh, truly, I think she would too. Because I like right now she was watching. I don't even know. And the names on Shudder, some of those movies are so obscure that I couldn't tell you.
And I just want to go back to Sequential's comment of Gary the Robot. Isn't it Alan Tiddick that does the voice of Gary?
Is that how you say his last name?
The resident alien?
I prefer Alan Tudyk.
Tudyk? He's got two dicks?
He's really good. He's really good friends with Philion, so like I wouldn't be surprised if like, and plus he did
he's great
with
yeah, I like everything he does.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's good. Yeah, he's a very consistent with his performances. Like
ever since the first time I saw him, like what was that Rehab movie with Sandra Bullock? He was like the German guy that couldn't grow
28,
up.
28 days later? No, 28 days.
It's just 28 days.
What is it, the Rehab? 28 days, just straight up 28 days, right? I always get screwed up because of the zombie movie.
Yeah.
Or is it 24 days? Anyway,
20
something days. Yeah.
And I also just want to throw it out there that Crime Scene Cleaner is on PlayStation. And I got it less than a week ago, and I have 100 hours on it. I am disgusted with myself. I realize I put on my true crime podcasts, and then I put on... Oh, I've been listening to the James Gunn Peacemaker podcast, too. And I'll just put that on, and I just go get to cleaning. And... like, the background of your guys' program right now is, like, similar to the colors when you're in... the crime view mode, and I'm like, I feel like scrubbing.
Yeah, so it's like a blue light, and so all the blood, like
so yeah, sometimes
like
bluish,
there's like neon type.
They're like scrubbing a spoon with a scrub daddy.
The luminol. There is you do have a scrub daddy
black
when you
light.
First start. Yeah.
It's like going to a strip club with all the black lights, you know.
Yeah.
Anyone that stains on their clothes, it shows.
And so it's so funny because like I've played it so much that like I just see it in my eyes now when I look at stuff. I'm like, uh-oh, I see all the spots in this room that need to be cleaned. But not because of murder.
All right, Johnny, let's do Johnny's check-in. We'll be an hour in. We won't even have talked about the new books yet.
Yeah, I'll try to go quick. I read the first 2 issues of News from the Fallout. That's really cool. That's Chris Condon, and I don't know the artist, but it's very simple story-wise and art-wise, but it's rad. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've read pretty much all of We're Taking Everyone Down With Us from Matthew Rosenberg. Really fun, kind of cute pulp sci-fi thing about teen angst. I highly enjoy it. I if you like Venture Brothers, I highly recommend checking out.
That's one with Jay Lee on art, right?
No, Jay Lee is doing This Ends Tonight with
This Ends Tonight. Yeah, okay.
Jerry Duggan. And like the first issue of that was a blast. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Okay, the other one's with the robot and the little girl.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
Also Tyler Boss, who also usually rolls with Rosenberg. He's got a really great horror book out right now called You'll Do Bad Things. I highly recommend it to Elle and everybody else. Very creepy, very kind of like 80s horror. I definitely recommend it. The art in it's great. I don't know the kid that he's got doing the art, but like it's also kind of very simplistic at times, and it just works really good with the they're talking about. I read pretty much all of Falling in Love on the Path to Hell
Okay, yeah.
also by Gary Dugan, and like that's really cute. It's a very touching kind of cool sci-fi thing. And then I kind of really caught up on all my not Brubaker, Reminder. I read Holy Roller, which is probably my favorite of his new books. Him and Sandberg made magic with that. I read Grommets. It's kind of a read once kind of book for me. And I also read most of Napalm Lullaby. Yeah, and that's pretty.
Okay, that's
What he's doing.
that's another Remender one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty cool. It's kind of more manga like than like actual American superhero. It's cool. It reminds me of something that would come from Japan. And then his newest book, The Seasons, which is pretty cool. I'm digging it.
Cool. Any shows or anything worth mentioning?
Yeah, I also watched the Volta episodes of Alien Earth. I'm digging it, man. Like they're actually doing Dark Horse Comics type stuff with it, and I think the young actors are actually very good at doing the drama. The kind of Jonathan Brandis looking brother, I was kind of like, this guy's not gonna be cool, and then like he actually does turn out to be kind of really cool. He does look like Jonathan Brandis, man. I'm sorry.
You know,
God
now
rest-
that you say that, yeah, he did give off. I'm gonna hate this guy. I'm like, oh no, you're pretty okay. I'm not gonna tell you to your face.
Alien Earth, the brother.
Alien Earth. Okay, yeah,
the brother that's the medic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because on he played on Black Mirror. He played yeah.
I watched the show, new Jensen Ackles show, The Countdown. That's pretty fun, cheesy. A propaganda. I kind of enjoy propaganda every now and then. Like as long
but
as
they didn't have to do our boy like that in the first 5 minutes.
Well, he's got brain cancer though.
I said no, but as soon as I saw the episode though, I knew as soon as they showed him that he was gone within the episode because I haven't seen him in any promo.
No, like watch the show. It has a happy ending for him. I'm just gonna say that. And then I also checked out Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, the new episode.
Okay.
I love that show, man. Like it is like really good Star Trek, like done just pretty.
Like if you
super.
had to recommend one of the.
Yeah, it would be my pick
that
like, for anybody to watch any of the new shows because I don't know. It's neat how they're kind of it's a literal prequel to like the original show, and like they're doing pretty well in my opinion. And then I've been watching Project Lazarus on Netflix, and I really dig it. I like British sci-fi, and I like the cast in this. I like that they're all morally ambiguous. You know what I mean? They're all kind of shits. So like you can't really get mad at the main guy, even though he's kind of like the main shit.
Yeah. I didn't expect for him to be that way so fast. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, 2 episodes in, and I'm get it together.
I mean, you know, it's the same creator as Cowboy Bebop right from the get-go.
No, that's Lazarus the anime.
Oh, Lazarus. Then what are you talking about?
Project Lazarus. It's a live-action British sci-fi
Like,
show.
Time travel, kind of
Got
time
you.
skipping.
Because
Yeah.
Lazarus just came out recently too, right?
I haven't started watching it yet, but like looking at the promos for it, like that's what I thought. It was just kind of like low budget, but like the guy that did Cowboy Bebop actually did it.
Yeah.
Because it's got the character.
Oh, now I'm laughing at the DMs though because Joe was like, "Oh, like it's very cowboy." You said that in the group chat,
Yeah.
and in my head, I'm like, "Oh, because it's like a ragtag group of foreigners."
Yeah, because I thought you guys were talking about the Lazarus. Because often Johnny will like write something and he'll just like screw up one of the words, right? So I was like, oh, he just means Lazarus, the anime, like series. And then
That's
I
funny.
didn't realize it was actually. I didn't realize it was a different live action show.
It's me forcing the narrative onto it now because I was like, yeah, ragtag group of foreigners
Yeah.
doing stuff,
So-
not in space, but time.
I was thinking the same thing at first, but then I went on Netflix and I actually saw the little square for the Lazarus anime, and then like I saw like the characters and the color streaks, and I'm like, okay, I see where Joe's getting the Cowboy Bebop thing from. But like I guess I didn't say it in the chat, but like yeah.
Well, you said Lazarus Project, so I was like, oh, because I think Lazarus is on Adult Swim. So if people want to go check that out, if you like Cowboy Bebop, you'll probably enjoy that as well.
Yeah, like all his animes are pretty groovy. Like I watched quite a few of like the ones he did since.
I think it's supposed to like kind of take place in the same world,
Happy
kind of
universe.
more or less. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he realized he screwed up killing Spike, even though it like made the anime so fucking great.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
if it
like,
was-
I always wondered why like he didn't do it like with Ed or something with her grown up and like becoming like a badass outlaw. You know what I mean? You could totally done like a new Bebop, have Jet like hella old, still yelling at her and shit.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
But yeah, that's my check-in. You guys want to get into these books?
Yeah.
Since we're 30 minutes in, hell yeah.
Or
Go
we
ahead.
could just fucking sign off and be like, "Ah, we'll do it another time."
Well, whoever posted to the Instagram stories, it kind of felt like a threat. It was like going live one way or another, Eldania. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. We were going. This is it. 3 strikes and you're out. You know, we're going live with or without you.
Yeah, Joe's going full U2. With or without you.
All right. So what you say you want to start with murder, right?
Yeah, murder podcast, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you kind of like break down what we get with this issue 0, Joe, if that's cool.
Me.
Yeah, man. Like I always talk.
All right. Okay. So issue 0.
On a podcast.
Issue 0. Do the breakdown of the creators and stuff, the creatives. So you have Jeremy Haun, who is the writer. Mike Tisserand is the illustrator, colored by Nick Filardi, and I guess they went to a studio for the lettering, but by And World Design. So basically, it opens up with this girl, and I guess she's going through a breakup. She's getting texts on her phone. She's in a library, puts her earbuds in to listen to this podcast, or she gets a text saying, "Listen to this podcast." So she clicks on it, starts listening to it, and I guess it gives off some kind of signals, and it turns people crazy. So there must be some kind of frequency in it that switches people, turns them like you know.
Well, it has to do with the what they're saying. There's got to be some kind of message in that because she like sinks in with it, and she's able to like actually say what's being said on the podcast while it's being live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
then she goes on a murderous rampage in the library. Yeah, there's some cool scenes in here, like some good kills. Do you have it right up till the end, Johnny?
Pretty much, yeah. Because the last 2 pages are so great.
Yeah, this here, I was like,
I was surprised they put this in. And that's what kind of made me really love it. I'm just like,
yeah,
dude.
me too. I was like, are they going to or aren't they? And you just stopped it there, right, Johnny?
Yeah, that's the last panel I grabbed.
Okay, that's good. We'll leave it there. People will have to read it to see what happens after this. Like, I was like, ooh. And it was good. I mean, it was a quick read. Definitely worthwhile. The idea of, like, you know, that I don't want to be, people are going to be like, oh, you're a sexist and all this shit. But, you know, this is a comic that I think will speak to women. You know, women love murder podcasts, and this is pretty much, it's all about that, you know. So I don't know. I think Jeremy Haun's trying to corner the market on comics for chicks. You know, I enjoyed it though, so I thought it was really good. Yeah,
It's very aesthetically pleasing. I like the art. It was clean, easy to follow. I really enjoyed like the rollout for the publishing, like how they're rolling everything out for Ignition.
Okay, yeah.
I love an organized, this is what we're doing, these are the dates, these are the times.
Mhm.
And I'm really excited about all of the books that are coming out under this line.
Mhm.
But this was like a really fun like cold open, like he called it. Like it was really cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. It didn't spoil anything.
No.
Uh,
At the end, they have a page with all the cast
mhm.
for the upcoming stories, and kind of there's a cop. There's another person that gets killed. That's the catalyst for the story that gets all these other characters involved to try to figure out what's going on. He kind of breaks it down with all the characters, so you kind of get an overview of what the overall story is going to be. So it seems very interesting.
Yeah. I also, God damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Johnny's having a stroke. Just blink twice. Oh wait, you're not on camera.
Well, it does a really great job of like showing you how like the spookiness works. You know what I mean? We don't know if it's a supernatural thing or if they're like there's a frequency like you said, or like there's a curse in like the actual podcast language. You know what I mean? Because it's in blue when you see it, so you kind of you're really interested in like where this is going and like how it ties in, and like it's actually one of the first. Actually, both these books are like some of the first really good books that use technology in a nice horror sense. Like you're actually really concerned, or not concerned, but like very interested in like what they're going to do, because it directly uses technologies that we use right now. You know what I mean? And it's like actually spinning a pretty good story. Whereas a lot of the other like techno horror ones that I've read are like Number One with a Bullet. I love that book, but it's like so futuristic. You're like, where this is like really dialed down to like, this is happening right now, and we're gonna use the technology right now. You know what I mean? And like make it scary. And I think that they're doing a pretty decent job with this, man. Like,
also, it's like you said, it's ambiguous about exactly what it is. Is it a curse thing like The Ring? You watch the tape and it curses you because you listen to the podcast, and then you become cursed from it. Is it actual like a ghost in the machine type thing where there's like maybe a spirit or a demonic possession within the technology?
Yeah, well, I kind of got like that more because they kind of
it seems to prey on her
because she's broken. Yeah,
exactly. They see she's going through a breakup. She's emotional, so listen to this podcast, and it's an easier way to manipulate. And like
I would fall for it in a heartbeat too, because I listen to anything. I'll read a description and it'll be like family of 8 murdered. Okay, put it on. Mysterious like vaccine. Okay, I'll listen to it.
You had me at murder.
Anything. I listen to any and every kind of podcast. That tells a story. I'm not really into like like the one that the girlies be listening to. What's it called? Call Me Daddy.
What?
The Barstool show, like
those kind of shows. Like, what are they talking about? I don't like, or they do topical, like things with like pop culture stuff. I don't really.
Yeah.
But if it's a story, anything on Wondery. Anything that sounds weird. Sometimes I just listen to Dateline recaps, which is stupid because I watched the show. But
this was like what, a 16-pager, something like that.
Yeah, it was very brief.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was like 8 pages when I first started talking to you
12,
about it.
12 or 16, something like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good length. You get through it in probably a few seconds, though. It's a very quick read.
It's the story is visually told, with the exception of the narration of the podcast that she kind of mutters as she's doing all this stuff. You get little cues from the podcast while it's going. So yeah, but it's cool. It definitely has like that out of nowhere, people just minding their own business, and just the randomness of certain acts. Like, how people be like, what the hell?
The fight or flight.
Why did that person crack? What made that person crack? What was the final thing that made them just go off and just randomly pick people?
That's the fun of murder. That's the fun thing about murder podcasts is like if I watch true crime horror and like our true crime stuff, and like one of the neatest things I find about it is like it's just normal people Like people like you and me that like got into a situation, but like they always think that like they have to be some Hannibal Lecter type motherfucker, and they try to come up with this like genius way to try to cover it up, and that's always how they get caught, which I always find fascinating. So like maybe if they dumb down their crimes a little bit, maybe they can get away with a
Although,
couple.
and those are the ones that like I feel like lately those are the stories that they've been telling are the ones where it's like my brother who I haven't talked to in 16 years, like we just found out killed our sister and nobody knew because he can't even change a light bulb, so nobody ever looked at him. And it's just like the most random, like I'm like, what the heck? Like didn't even try to get away with it, just it happened organically for 20 years and now he's on his deathbed, so who cares?
And I'm kind of I like it has taken the world by storm, and I kind of like how certain creators are putting it into their work. Like we talked to Monty Nero with his Chrome Roses book, and that's kind of how uh crime enforcement works. Like you only really get money for the cases that have the most podcasts out of, and like the most likes and stuff. So and then this one, like it also incorporates it's very meta with the way it plays with the whole idea of a martyr podcast. Actually, like with the curse thing, and it actually we're acting kind of like a real true crime. Like where one day the guy just like killed his wife and tried to.
Will the story of the murder they're talking about in the podcast be the origin story of what's causing all this mayhem? You know what I mean? That's kind of also like you're actually listening to the origin of what began, what's created this serial technological mayhem or whatever, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, there's a detective and some other characters, so that it's actually going to be like kind of a crime thing as well. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, this cold open was perfect, in my opinion.
I think the first time I saw like podcasts incorporated into a storyline heavily was when Tinian was writing Batman.
Okay.
And they introduced that new character, the one who looks like the lady who is a clown.
Oh,
the YouTube
Joke
chick
Girl or whatever. Throwback.
Her name.
No, Punchline.
Punchline, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did invest heavily into that series, but that was the first time I saw it like real mainstream, where it was like the podcast was like the crux of
that was the girl that was all dressed with the green hair and stuff
with the purple outfit and the long ponytail,
yellow, the big jacket, the oversized jacket.
Sure.
Or are you talking about Punchline? Because he introduced another girl character.
He did.
Who was a little younger. Yeah, dressed all like.
It was whichever one was doing the podcast.
I don't know. I didn't read.
I don't remember the name.
Very far into it. Yeah. Cool, man. I definitely recommend going to pick. I don't know. Can you order this off the site, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they. Yeah. They basically used us to fund the print run, and like it did numbers. Like it went a couple.
Oh, it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, this was a Kickstarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's the only way you could originally get this, but like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be widely available for everybody, and it'll probably definitely be in the trade. I think that they said this is going to be 8 or 9 issues, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be a nice big chunk of story, and like, there's going to be probably some noir elements to it, and Jeremy Haun's a fantastic creator, no matter if writing or drawing. Like he made the crossover very well, and I'm very impressed. Like ever since like Red Mother and some of the other horror stuff.
Speaking of Red Mother, I think there's going to be a follow-up. I think I saw that posted somewhere.
Fucking sweet. Yeah, Red Mother was tight.
I don't know if he's going to do it.
Red Mother has one of my favorite covers of all time.
The Red Mother?
Yeah.
That's with the hand?
Not that issue, but one of those issues.
Yeah. Oh, that whole series. I think Jeremy Haun did the covers for that whole run. Yeah. He didn't do the interiors, but he did all the covers. Yeah. It's good
like,
stuff.
if you want to see like his art, like I highly recommend getting the book The Realm. Like I think that he really shined on that. And then The Beauty is like he's actually getting a show for that finally. Like that's been in production since the book came out 2014. Like it was a while since The Beauty came out. So like good for him. He's finally getting some flowers. You know what I mean? And like he's earned it in my opinion. Like he's he's done a lot of really great books. Like
So
all this stuff.
what do you call it when the first book of a line that launches a publisher? A flagship title? Is that it? Or
Yeah, sounds.
Yeah, this would be something like that. At least for the first couple of years of Ignition.
yeah, so this will be their
Premiere book.
flagship tentpole, maybe
Tentpole, like premiere.
whatever. Yeah. This is their first.
Well, I saw they had listed too the Beauty Volume 2.
So he's Well,
Yeah.
that came out with Image, right? So he can do
Right.
whatever he wants with it.
Yeah.
They did make 2 trades of it. So like they're
I assumed it would be like another run.
well, no, I think that he is going to do more with it
Yeah.
because of the show. Like, why not?
I wonder if
you know?
Red Mother's going to continue with Boom, or if he's going to do it under Ignition.
Boom is not like Image. So I'm pretty sure that he's going to have to do it with them, or they're going to get somebody else to write it. And
Okay, so
hopefully
it's not a true creator owned type thing. Boom. So they're not like an indie publisher then.
oh man, like Disney owns like a significant portion of Boom.
Okay, got you. All right, cool. So highly recommend go check out Ignition Press. I'm assuming .com. I'd assume that's what their site is, and go. Maybe you can find it there and order it there if you miss Kickstarter.
And they got 3 titles right now that are launching as like I forget what they're called, but like they got a couple of books already lined up to be coming out alongside Murder Podcast. So I wish them well. You know what I mean? Like I love the way that this was set up, and they're not trying to do anything stupid like Bad Idea or like some of them other companies. So
Yeah.
Bad Idea. Remember?
There was
Haven't heard that name in years.
They're still around. They have a
Oh,
few new
okay.
books out now.
Well, they just sell their trades, which they were never going to make on Kickstarter, and they want fucking hella money for them. Like the prices for them start at like $75, and I'm just like, dude, it's a 8-issue trade.
I mean, the books themselves aren't bad. It's just the whole business
Oh,
model.
no, they got Dave.
Yeah.
They got Dave Lapham and like boy Joshua Dicehart and like all kinds of people I respect. Like, I'm working for them. Like Juan Jose Reap does a lot of art for them. I don't like the business plan, and I don't know how to hold them because I never learned the fucking secret handshake. You know what I mean? I don't have the Freemason ring that fucking will get me a Bad Idea comic.
Well, Dean tried, and he kind of got burnt, so he's off the Bad Idea wagon. Because when you bought stuff, you got these badges, and you could trade the badges in for stuff after. And so he wanted to trade them in for something. He said, "Oh, those badges aren't applicable to this specific thing." And he was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" So now
we don't need no stinking badges.
Yeah. So Dean's off the Bad Idea train. He was a big advocate for that and stuff, and he got burnt with the badge thing that they were making people run around and trying to earn badges for that you could trade in for special items, which he came to find out there was restrictions on all the badges and stuff. So
but
he got duped.
Bouncing off of that, we're going to talk about a book from a label that we think is just on top of the world right now, man. They are literally just putting out nothing but good stuff. And that is Mad Cave. We're going to be talking about. Are you clicking it too, Joe?
What? What's up?
Here we go. I wasn't getting the cover to come up. I was.
Oh no, I was loading up the banner and the background.
Okay, cool. And we're going to be talking about Look Into My Eyes, written by Rubine or Rubine. I'm not sure how you pronounce it because it's got the E there. Maybe I'm not sure because they all seem to be Latin. We got colors by Francisco Sigalia, and the logo and the design is done by El Torres. So this book is like once again another really rad technological, but this kind of has more to do with the social media platform, which is kind of cool. And I think this one is going to be a little more Ring-like because it's like how the book opens. And Elle, you want to kind of break this one down, or do you would you prefer if I do it?
There's a
I
love
would
it's
prefer
cover.
if you do it.
Okay, cool. This book it's fun. It's made something that I used to love in the 80s like fun again, and that's like high school based horror. Like I think since the 2000s, it's kind of been just about like yuppie kids, where like this one kind of drags it back to like there's freaks in the town that are actually the good guys too and stuff. So I'm really digging it. I'm not sure if I'd say good guys because like much like in murder podcasts, this one has a lot to do with true crime and like how it's reported on in a high school setting. And like basically there's this guy that has this old little TikTok news thing, but it starts out with basically this girl and like she's being haunted by the social media site Knock Knock, which is not really like a TikTok type thing. It's more like a Facebook, really, right? Or more a better version of Twitter,
a messenger type thing. Yeah. Where
But
anyway,
you can
it's a social media platform basically.
and our main character RJ, she like loves old school. She puts together her own little murder zines at home, and like, lo-fi. You know what I mean? She's keeping it punk rock, but you can kind of tell by her look. And her and her non-binary friend, they just roll around together and kind of are on the outs with their ex-friends pretty much because of the way that they are covering the news story of like the girl that disappears at the beginning of the book. And that's kind of the crux of this story. Like I'm pretty sure like in next couple issues we're going to get flashbacks to like when they were all friends and kind of see what exactly happened. But like in this it's very well set up and it's very well paced. It's very cinematic, much like Murder Podcast was. Like I could see this very easily be turned into a film. And like if it's done right, it could be as good as like Let Me In. You know what I mean?
There's a gimmick in this book that I thought worked extremely well. Was the QR code that you scan and it brings up an actual text thread that when the guy shares it with her, you QR code it, and then on your phone you'll get so it's almost like you get
the whole
kind
conversation.
of immersive, and you get the whole conversation in text form. So you're scrolling on your phone to read it. So it's quite immersive. It's almost like as if he sent it to you. So, and I mean, it's cool. I mean, I think it was well done and I enjoyed it. I thought that was like a cool aspect of the book that makes it a little more interactive.
Yeah, truly, you know what I mean? Kind of ties you into it. Like if you're a spooky guts, you know what I mean? Like I think in the later books we're gonna probably get some like demonic text or something from the actual whatever the thing that's pulling people into it. I that's what I think is going on because like they just
or it'd be cool like a little video that comes up and those jump scare things where it's all calm and then that face like maybe like a scary face and it that'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah, it has very good potential for being like actually something that like makes the comic a bit like an ARG, an alternate reality game. Like that's fun, you know what I mean? And I didn't know that until you told me. I thought it was just them kind of joking around about how those things are everywhere. But like it's
the
cool.
QR codes, you can actually scan them. They actually do stuff. So it's kind of cool. Yeah.
And here's one actually at the bottom of no, not that page.
I'm one of those people I have to download the QR reader every time I use it because I forget it's a thing.
Okay.
I'm like, oh yeah, QR codes.
Yeah.
Let me download it.
No, but this one, it just brings you to the Look Into My Eyes site.
Yeah.
I think, and then it loads up the actual screen for you to look at. Yeah.
And it also has the site written out on the side in case you are technologically illiterate.
And it has like fake ads for the stuff in it too, which is kind of cool.
I love a fake ad. That's like one of my favorite things in life.
Yeah, so it's pretty fun. I would say this is. Correct me, Elle, because you watch these shows. I don't, but I got the impression that people. This is another one where maybe girls will really enjoy this comic because I've never watched these shows, but I get the impression from like previews I've seen of these shows and stuff, kind of like Gossip Girls, Mean Girls.
Yeah, it was
vibes.
giving like a Veronica Mars-esque vibes,
a
CW show.
Yeah,
a little
like
edgy.
she's trying to figure out what's going on, right? Like Johnny was saying, the punk. What's the main girl's name? RJ. Yeah, RJ is kind of like the outcast, the misfit, the rebel, the contrarian, right? That's like her role. So,
But I will say the pages are very busy. So if that's something you're not into, it might be kind of overwhelming visually
Okay.
because there's a lot going on.
But it looks so great, man. Like this
No,
is
no,
just
it's gorgeous, gorgeous art. Love the character designs.
Yep.
Some of the pages though get busy.
Well, there's one
And
page, the overhead view where she's in her room getting
uh-huh.
ready. Good morning.
Oh,
For
I really
school.
like that sequence. That was a
great.
cool
Yep.
sequence. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful page. This was
Yeah.
great.
her working on her printouts and then like trying to get a little sleep. Yeah, it's very very cool panorama.
Yeah, I like that. Where it's just like, you know, makes
If
me
it
think
was
of
me,
those.
it would just be me in the one spot rotting until I'm a corpse. So,
But those overshot views where you see like the sequences like that,
Mhm.
visually, it makes me go to like, you know, those scenes where it takes place in one room and they put it like 20 times the speed and you see the
Yeah.
person like over like an 8-hour period just doing all kinds of different things in the room. That kind of gives
Mhm.
me those kind of similar vibes, you know, where
Yeah.
it sets the scene and it's pretty cool.
But I don't think this is gonna get too gnarly. You know what I mean? I think this might be like something that, like since your daughter's into horror, you could probably let her read once it's all done. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Well, as of right now, is she dead or is she just missing?
She got, I don't know, man. This is kind of like the last clue that we get of her, and she's kind of
Yeah, but I mean, in the story, is it just that she's missing and they can't find her, or is she found? Like, is she dead? Have that?
I
part
think
wasn't
that
sure.
I think she got pulled into social media. You know, like it enveloped her, so she's being tortured in like a different like the realm of the knock knock app pretty much. And like that's kind of the thing, like our main character RJ, like her murder zines get confiscated and she can't print more, so she actually breaks her rules and she's going to be going on the knock knock site. And I think that that's kind of where like we're going to get like the horror more setting in, you know what I mean, in the next couple of issues, where this issue, like for a setup, it has some pretty gnarly stuff in it already.
But like Elle was saying, like it's busy, and I think that kind of reflects a little bit like bombarded by media, like nonstop, like ads. The algorithm is just spitting things at you because of what you look at. Like you're constantly being stimulated visually, and it's always quick things, right? Like we talk about kids and their attention spans now because everything's like TikTok, a minute or less, you know, like anything over a minute now, kids don't want to watch it, right? Because they just don't have the bandwidth for it. And like these pages kind of, I think, reflect that. Like you said, Elle, it's
probably making fun of it more likely,
maybe, or a commentary on it, or you know, like like just overwhelming the reader with a lot of information, you know, like or visually overwhelming the reader with a lot of imagery or visuals. Yeah, I didn't really notice it till Elle mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, it's true. He does put a lot in each page. Like there aren't. I think the only splash page is that very last one, right?
This one, yeah, the only one
And
that's
maybe the first one with the toilet, was that a panel or was that a splash page?
no, it was
okay. It's just a panel on the bottom of the. Okay, that's pretty cool too, with all the handprints everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives it a nice creepy vibe. Then the toilet's like, I guess, full of blood.
But yeah,
she got sucked into the toilet, not the phone, man.
That's what they would think happened to me.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be like a really neat, fun little horror jaunt. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's going to get. I think it's going to get gory. You know what I mean? But like, I don't think that it's going to like go too sexual or anything like that. You know what I mean?
And is this like an island community? Are they all on like an island? Is that? Did I remember reading that in the story? Like they're kind of on an island type thing.
I'm not sure, but like our main character, she pretty much lives in the paper street house from Fight Club. You know what I mean? Like her house is pretty toe up. It looks like the house in Dandadan after Gigi wakes up with the evil eye. Fucking. All right, I don't know if you've seen that yet, but
that's in season 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I've only watched the first episode.
Yeah, here you get to see her house, and like, yeah, she does. She lives in the Paper Street Soap Company house from Fight Club.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I mean, it's definitely like how do you call that? Not like just social media, like rumor mill, like spreading rumors, stuff like that, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna kind of talk about maybe allegations too, like people.
right, because there's like a viral video, right, of her. I don't know exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like of some kind of sexual content that gets spread around, and then people start turning on her and stuff, and then boop, she disappears. So yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting comic. I want to see what it has to say, and yeah, it had Maria Lovett do a variant cover that rocks. So I was definitely gonna check it out. And Mad Cave is, like I said, like it's been nothing but fun, man. Like Crush Depth.
Yeah, they've been putting out some interesting books
Yeah,
the
like
last couple of years.
yeah, they definitely hit their stride, and I'd say like they're more impressive than like most other imprints out there. Like I'd look at their books before Boom or like several other companies.
Yeah, Boom and Image, man, they haven't had anything out that's been overly impressive. Like you have the occasional book, but I don't know.
Oh, they have kind of a bunch right now. Like the ones that I read, I all highly recommend, man. But then again, like they have all that Toy Factory crap and then all that Jeff Johns stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're into that, man, that's fine. I got nothing bad to say about it. Really, it's just not my cup of tea. Like those comics were always kind of available to me at IDW, so like them being imaged isn't anything extra exciting for me.
But they went, I don't know, it's strange. Like I find they've cut back a lot. I don't know if it's just an impression I have or if they're actually publishing less books now. I don't know, but it just seems like they don't have as many titles to pick from anymore.
The big main scene comic bubble is popping.
Yeah.
The tariffs are gonna force it, man. Like there's nothing you could do about it. And like, yeah, the indie guys are gonna thrive like they always have because they know how to sell shit. And that's why you know, me and Joe, we're gonna be making a pretty neat announcement here when we get the okay, pretty much. But yeah, like we are we're part of there's an initiative we really believe in, and like I think that it's kind of the future of, you know, like creator owned indie comics. I think Image and Dark Horse are going to stick around for the most part, but yeah, I don't know if IDW is going to make it out of this. Dynamite, you know, the ones that like only rely on commercial properties and like they're barely hanging on as it is. You know what I mean? Like it's going to
Boom. The prices of Boom books have gone up astronomically. So, I mean, fuck. You can almost buy a trade for the price of a single floppy of Boom almost.
And I'm not saying I'm happy about this, but like it's gonna happen, man. It happened before. So like if you want to make as much money as you can off of your variant ratio covers, do it now. Next year no one's gonna care because they're too poor.
Well, it's already like that anyway. People buy these ratios for, you know, and then like 6 months later they lucky if they could even break even with them.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, they're just going to be seen as another like number whatever that book is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? Like 10 years down the road, like they won't be worth even close to anything unless
maybe a number one of like a very impressive book, like Something's Killing the Children, number one. I think that's probably always
of like a breakout artist at the time that makes it huge 10 years later. You know, maybe, I don't know. But
yeah,
it gives cover artists work, I guess. I mean, doesn't do anything for the readers.
But for the time being, like, yeah, I would highly recommend people like keeping their eye on like Mad Cave, especially if they're looking for fun, kind of bigger style indie. You know, not quite zine and you know, a lot of the some of the guys we've been talking to lately type of indie, but yeah, no,
yeah. So anyway, final thoughts on Look Into My Eyes. Elle, do you have any final thoughts on it?
It was fun. Like you said, it gave like a, not necessarily YA, but you know, like the manga, if you will.
Okay, yeah.
geared towards older teens or like I feel like my daughter would check this book out, like if she saw it on a shelf.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was cool. And again, yeah, the art is sick. The sequences are sick, and it's very colorful. It's a cool little book.
I like some of the shots too, the panels, like the close up of her the guy walking away and steps in that gunk, that black stuff, whatever it is. Might be, I don't know, might be leaking from their phones. It's the darkness.
For which I did drop my phone in the toilet the other day. the first time it's ever happened. And I was like, how
dirty water.
Yeah, I was like afraid to touch my phone for like 2 days. I was like, oh, it's like like I cleaned it and disinfected it and everything, but I was like, I have 2 boys, and my
So I don't trust cell phones. I had one catch on fire while I was sitting on it. Like that was fun.
Oh, I had a Galaxy Note like way back in the day, when it was cool to have like a phone that looked like you were doing work, and it caught fire along the back of it, like, and I just looked at it like, what? And I'm like, I can't afford another one of you, so didn't have another smartphone for a couple of years.
Yeah. Oh well. And it's just going to be getting worse, right? Technology wasn't built to last. It's built to stay, but not to last.
Yeah.
Well, the way we consume it's not built to, like the phones and the tablets. And what's the shelf life of, let's say, a phone? What, you can get maybe 5 years before it just almost can't function anymore?
They They make them now.
Year 6?
Okay. Wow. Because they mostly
XR,
They mostly make them now, so you need to get one every year. Like they make it so your battery will stop.
Well, I think there was lawsuits and shit, so I think they stopped that. When you do the updates for your phone, they were kind of putting something in that would make your phone work in the background to run the battery down or some shit. But I think there might have been lawsuits, class action suits against that. So I think maybe companies stopped, but who knows?
But we're coming up on to the point where my phone only charges to 70%.
Oh, yeah.
It says it's 100%, but that's because it's 100% of 70. And and it also is like, hey girl, pick 2 apps to be open at the same time. And that's about it, okay? And I'm like, okay. And I knew it was coming up on time, about time for a new phone when my brothers were like, you don't see what's happening on the screen? And I checked, and it was like, oh, this update is the first update that doesn't include the XR or the 10. And I said, oh.
Yeah. That's where they get you, right? After a while, you can't use stuff because you have to get the new. Yeah, fucking bastards.
But I've had it since like 2019, 2018, whenever it came out. I paid for it all at once, and now I'm in a position where I can go through like my internet provider. I have like an extra line on there. But I'm just reluctant to let it go because I'm like, I could brick this thing. I could take this to the ground, but then I'm afraid it is going to explode or something because it does get hot very fast. Yeah. And I can't hear anything. I have to use headphones.
You see, I wouldn't hate going back to the old days.
Yeah.
Like, I would miss all you guys, but I think,
Well, we could write letters.
True. Yeah. Get back to actually writing.
How much does it cost to mail
how to read and write, Kids would get a little smarter.
Yeah.
How much would it cost for me to send you a letter, Joe? Would it be as expensive as like sending
just a normal paper letter, like in an envelope?
Yeah.
Like just like a couple pages.
Pictures in of it?
What, a stamp's $1 now?
What?
Canadian? Yeah.
$1? I think the last time I used a stamp, it was 37 cents.
Yeah, I think it's about $1 now, depending on where it's going.
Golly.
It's a Canadian dollar, so it's only about
70 cents for you guys. Yeah.
We should do the next check-in like that via mail.
Open it up live. On the thing. They'll send us a letter. This book came out 6 months ago, but snail mail. People are living life too fast anyway.
It gets flagged by the government. What is this? What are you sending there?
Yeah. What? You're actually trying to communicate through letters? There's something wrong with you. You get red flagged and the government starts spying on you. Then realize you have no technology, so they can't spy on you. So then it makes them even more nervous.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah, Big Brother doesn't like that. Anyway.
So, Joe, we got anything planned for next week? Really?
No, not. We don't have next week's wide open, and I was thinking we could maybe do a catch-up episode where we really go deep into maybe the stuff we've been reading, pick a few books, maybe announce that thing you wanted to announce, and we could do like just a more casual episode because we have a lot of interviews coming up, so it'd be fun to
just take it easy for a little bit.
Yeah, I have a bunch of books that I got the last time I went and visited my mom. She gave me some money to go to the comic shop in PEI. So I got a bunch of dollar
so
bin
cute.
stuff.
What was she doing while you were gone? Because it sounds like she just wanted you out the house for an hour.
Oh, well, I had some other stuff I had to go pick up. So she's like, oh, here's some money. Because I only see her once in a while. So she's like, oh, here's some money. Go whatever. Spend it however you want. And then I was like, okay, cool.
Next time you talk to Dewey, have him get you Evil Ernie Destroyer, man, and physical.
They get a lot of stuff, but like I have some cool books coming in with my sisters at my mom's right now, and she's bringing some books with her, so that'll be fun. I have some cool stuff. There's one book that I found that I had like a trading card of it, and I thought it looked really cool from the 90s when trading cards were really popular. Like they were polybagging books and throwing like trading cards in them and stuff to promote other comic books from either that publisher or whatever. So
I would always steal the metallic cards from the Wizard magazines at the supermarket.
So I found this
Chaos
90s
binder.
Yeah, I have this 90s card from the 90s, and I found the book. So I think it's a 3-issue series. Shit.
Is it like a French comic or?
No. It's. Let's see. Do I still have it here? U-Demon. The U-Demon. Here, I'll pull the card up.
The U-Demon.
This comic.
Never. Like, is that like from Malibu or something? Or
It's Press Pass is the company.
Press Pass. I never even heard of that.
See the other book that's on there. You got
Manta.
Manta is another book. I guess that's on the back of the card.
He's a clan member.
He's an alien. He's a racist alien.
Oh, okay.
He's a racist. More. It's like.
Could you imagine? Like, how did he even learn to go after what side? Like, he read one textbook.
So I found the books for that. So I got those. They were
cool,
cheap, right? Because it was 90. That's one thing I love about 90s comics. A lot of them are really cheap. So,
especially for them labels that nobody remembers, man. Like if you find like Malibu or like Homage Comics, and there were several like imprints that like were just putting out like X-Men wannabe comics like everybody was doing at the time.
I think I'm gonna pull out some of my old Dark Horse Alien books and reread those now that I'm watching the Alien show.
Yeah, I mean that's so great that finally they're like understanding that they don't have to make it about Ripley. You know what I mean? Like that was the one thing, and then the fans of Aliens who always got on my nerves too is like, you can't do an alien without Ripley. I'm like, why not? Like it takes place in the future, and you can.
What do you think of Oliphant as the?
Oh, he's great, man. Like
I thought he did a really good job too. I thought he nailed it. I was like,
he's a pretty good android. Yeah, well, I like that they're fun. Yeah, they're doing like robot
different
stuff.
Cyborgs, androids, and synthetics. Right.
It's pretty cool. The synths are androids, and then you got like what the kids are. They're hybrids. They're basically humans.
Oh, hybrids. That's what it was. Hybrids. Yeah.
They got
They download the consciousness into a
android.
Into an android. Yeah. Then I love the cyborgs. How his hand, he has like different weapons he can make.
Yeah.
Come out. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
He had the welder. I thought that's hella funny. He started welding the door shut. And then
at first I was like, what the fuck is this? But then I went back and read the beginning. I was like, okay, so he's a cyborg, right? Because he's part human with robotic parts.
Yeah.
So he'd be a cyborg. Anyway, it's funny how they, because you know how we always talked about like people calling androids when they're not that's always one of your pet peeves. You always got to correct people. So I found it funny. It made me think of you right away at the beginning of the show, and they list it all and explain what it is.
Well, I only kind of do that with George Lucas fans because they're like, well, he created it. I'm like, no, he didn't. There was fucking like the androids and cyborgs and shit. Like Philip K. Dick was writing that shit like years before Star Wars came out, man. And there were people before him that did it too. Yeah, my bad.
No, I like too that like so like because of how modern today is, how they're able to tell a story that's in the past but in the future, but then add in this AI asshole. You know what I mean? Like, so it was cool to be like, because in the 80s it wouldn't have been like when they described the different kind of things that wouldn't have been included. So it was kind of funny to see them retell a story from the past that's in the future, but using current technology as like a future. It was just, I thought that was funny.
Well, not even current technology. They kind of kept it 80s sci-fi. They used walkie-talkies. They're like there was nothing like cell phones. I guess like the girl, like her using the screens was kind of like how we use computers now, but like nobody else could really do that.
Yeah.
And I like that it's still it just was. They didn't try to make it look futuristic at all. Like it still looked like kind
of like a DOS punk, man.
Yeah, DOS punk.
Well, I guess just more so knowing the date.
Yeah.
What'd they say? 2060?
21.
21.
Or something like that.
Okay. I remember it anyway. I didn't remember what it was at the beginning, but yeah, that's one of the Pat's like, why are their suit like their clothing like when they went in the team for the search and rescue? She's like, why isn't it futuristic? Why don't they have like bulletproof like chest plates? Or she's like, the guns look futuristic, but the rest of it doesn't. And then she was like, I was like, yeah, but that's the style, kind of like that, you know.
And I'm just very heavily prejudiced against robotics in general because you couldn't be a cyborg telling me what to do.
That bums me out, man.
You couldn't be AI telling me what to do because I'd be like, look, I'll pull the plug right now.
The fact that we already have alien racism and like people are calling them clankers and stuff, it bums me out, man. Because I grew up as a little kid, I thought the fucking robots were cool. Like I always wanted to have a best friend robot. You know what I mean?
No, in theory, equality, but at the same time, I'm like, pull the plug.
Like I'm looking at the little robot in Fantastic Four, and I'm like, yeah, like I would have one of them little tape face dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Detroit, the game. Do you know how fast I would just take the battery out? And boom, you have the revolution and deaded. It's done. It's over.
But also in Aliens, I like how it's focused around the corporations. Like, what is it? 4 different corporations, like the race to whatever, right? So they're all in competition. So they're really pushing the envelope even further, trying to, you know, like to the point where, what's his name? The captain or whatever, like he's like, it's the mission, right? I love his character so far. His character is really, I like it. Like he's telling the guys, be calm, they can sense fear, you know. And then that scene, and I love how they don't show it. You just hear what's going on behind him. I love that shot. That was so fucking good.
Well, the whole time I was watching that, I'm like, dude, like you're gonna have to cover it a couple more times. Like that fucking thing's gonna wake up and it's gonna come right through that and get your ass.
I just love all the merch that's going to come out now because I love me a Wayland branded product.
Yeah.
I got so many shirts. I have so many like lanyards for work that have like the Wayland symbol on it and stuff. And I love that subtle shit.
Does Marvel still have the rights for Aliens and Predator?
Yeah, they got it with Fox because Fox still owns it. So yeah.
And they haven't done anything interesting with it. Have they?
They had them fight the Avengers.
And Wolverine, I think, fought a Predator or an Alien. I fucking hate Marvel.
The comics were not that great, if I recall. The newer ones are not.
I had no interest in them. Like once, like Dark Horse, like they always kind of had rad Alien comics. I got a bunch too. So like I really like Hive was probably my favorite little story arc they did with the alien that was kind of bred out off an ant and it could talk. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
like shit like that is stuff that I wanted to see, and like it looks like that's going to be kind of what they're going to be doing with the show because Noah Haley, like I really like his style. Like he really blew
so far
the show Legion. So when I saw that he was doing Alien, I was just like, oh, this is actually going to be great.
Yeah, so
And
far I've been impressed. Like it easily better than the movie that came out last year.
Yeah, Romulus was just basically, we're going to show you shots from the other movies, just not done as well. Like, it's just was a fucking best of real.
Anyway, so yeah, we could talk about this amongst ourselves after.
Yeah.
That was our hot flash, man.
Yeah, and we got it under an hour and a half.
Which is normally is supposed to go max 45 minutes, but
well, you know, menopause is different for every woman, so a hot flash could last anywhere from.
But they usually come and go pretty quick, though. No.
Well, I don't know.
But you must be getting close to premenopause now.
Honestly, I feel like I've been in premenopause since since I had my last kid.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that can kickstart it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Maybe you're done. Maybe you already
I'm
went
done.
through it all,
and you know what?
It's better to get out of the way early, I think.
Yes, I agree. Because I'm done having kids. My uterus can go. I'm done. I'm cool. I'm good. Thank you.
You know.
Thank you for what you've done for me, I guess. When I saw that crying baby in Murder Podcast, I said, "Do it."
Thank you.
When I saw the wah, I heard the wah, and I said, do it.
Yeah, stop that.
Where'd this random baby come from? Doesn't matter. I don't need to know any backstory. It's crying.
And on that note,
right there, vegan games. All right. We're gonna be back next week. Maybe try to do more stuff more frequently. So keep a lookout for that. But we'll see you when we see you. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Outro. Gonna do the outro?
Yeah.